Welcome back to the Safe Space, ladies and gentlemen. You made it once again on another beautiful Saturday afternoon. Thank you for joining us. The show is brought to you by 52s and Smoke Entertainment, the podcast network with several shows coming out very soon to blow your mind, made with real fantasy outsiders on the way back with football season right around the corner. Be on the lookout for that. Also, check us out on Spotify. But you are here in the safe space. Yes, you made it. Whoever gave you directions, they might have lied, but you figured it out anyway, and I'm happy for that. So, welcome, everybody around the corner. I don't know why I keep saying corner. I mean table.
Because you're thinking
when
of
I say
me,
table.
bro.
Who I got around the table for me first is my man EP. What's up?
What up? What it do is Dumpling.
It's Dumpling, and
hi, it's Mezzy.
it's the Mezster, the Mezzatester.
Ooh, that sounds nasty.
Yeah, you like that? The
The
Mezzatester.
Mezzatester.
I started to get my bars off, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. So how everybody
Town
doing,
Road.
man? How we doing today? Yeah, we ain't gonna do Old Town today. No Old Town Road today. But how y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
That song.
I'm okay.
Great.
That song brought you down a little bit.
Yeah. It's going to be stuck in my head all day, dude.
So interest is interesting. I don't really want to get into it, the whole Billboard, all of that. I don't think I care enough. And maybe it's wrong of me. Maybe I should, but I just don't. Anyway, what's going on with y'all, man?
I'm good. Better than I thought I'd be.
You
What
thought
do you
you'd be dead?
No, well, I can sum it up in one sentence.
What?
I thought I was going to shit my pants in Chipotle.
You thought you were going to shit your pants?
Yeah.
Was
Oh.
it because
I gotta-
of Chipotle or, previous fiber intake?
Chipotle has a history of this already.
No. It was the lack of going to the bathroom in time.
Huh? What?
So
How
why
did
didn't
you
go to the
wind up?
bathroom in Chipotle?
I can explain.
Okay, first let me say this before you do explain, because I probably have to accept your explanation.
Thank you. Thank you very
But
much.
I do feel like adults, grown people, should never be in a situation where they're going to shit on themselves. I don't know.
Not, yeah.
But you'd be surprised. I feel like a lot of grown people
I have
shit
an
their
excuse.
I know several of them. Like, I'm not going to out them right now, but I know several people, grown adult people who shit their pants. I was there. I was a part of the cleanup on some of them. I was there.
Were they inebriated?
No,
Oh, damn.
no, not even. Not even.
How
That's
does
the
it feel
sad
to
part.
clean shit up? Like,
Bro, when it's in your car,
Oh, man. Oh, dude.
you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I mean, it can't be the nastiest thing you guys have cleaned up before. I've cleaned up people's throw up who were drunk.
I think shit's worse than throw up.
Shit is
though.
pretty nasty.
But that throw up, like, bile smell is really bad.
Oh, dude, I used to work in restaurants.
That
I had-
smell.
it was. I'm not gonna say it wasn't as bad as the throw up. Like the poop was like
The poop.
because
was it thick or was it moist?
Oh my God! Give me that.
it was more. It wasn't actual pieces of poop. It was like they pooped in their pants and the juices from
Oh
the poop
wow!
seeped through.
Ooh yeah, that's
Okay,
That's
that-
it.
that's
Poop
what happened.
juice. I like it.
So
like
you
it.
didn't. That didn't happen to you.
No, I can explain.
You made it.
Wait,
out.
so you
I
did
can-
you shit your
did it
pants
stay-
today?
No,
in the
I didn't
car?
shit my pants.
Oh, you're about to shit your
Shampoo.
pants.
I can explain. Want me to explain?
So it was like
Yeah, yeah.
halfway in,
There's a-
halfway out.
No. There was no.
turtle.
It was not prairie
Turtle,
dogging.
yeah.
There was no prairie dogs.
Prairie dog.
All right, let me explain.
Yeah.
Let me explain. So I was in Best Buy.
And then you shit yourself. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Incorrect. And I was just looking at the electronics, doing my thing. Like, oh, that's a cool TV. That's a cool computer. Video games, whatever.
Right.
And then I was walking, and it was like, it hit me.
Hit you with that.
It was like,
rumble.
you know what? You got to go.
Yeah.
But then I was like, the podcast. I got to get food.
Too much to do.
I
Too busy to poop.
I was like, is shit in my pants? Is it? I could shit my pants, or I could be really late. I was like,
Or you can shit your pants while you're doing the podcast.
yeah, that'd be
Nah,
bad.
wouldn't want that.
So
You
anyway,
wouldn't want
I was like, you know what? I'll just go to Chipotle real quick, right? I could do
Okay.
it. I hold it. It's not that far away.
So you go from Best Buy to Chipotle holding a poop. You get to Chipotle. What happened?
All right, let me explain. So I got out of my car and I was like, this rumble's a bit more erupted.
Well, when you get in shit in position, your body starts.
Yeah. It was sitting.
Like
I
you
was
sit
no,
down
well,
in your car?
yeah. I was sitting down, and my body was like, "Oh, you're going.
Yeah.
You're going to the podcast. You're going to go." And I was like, "No, Brain, you gotta listen. We're getting food first,
Right.
which is a stupid idea because food and anyway." Yeah. So I go in and I look in the window, and this line is like
Ridiculous. Like
it's like
always is
it's
at
like
Chipotle.
30 deep.
man.
It's like a full classroom,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, crap, well, literally. So I was like, maybe I can go in Chipotle, but then I was like, but the line, because I was like, I don't, because you look behind you and there's like cars coming in, people piling up, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna play it out. So I'm in the line, and
You got
I'm
in line to get food instead of going to the bathroom.
Yeah,
correct.
because Chipotle has a bathroom.
Nah,
You could have pooped in there.
I could have, but I was like, I don't really want to be
food, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna hold it. It's fine. So I was like, I was like 7 people away from when I ordered, and then it was just like, you know, I was like, oh, dude, it's at the point where like if I walk, game over. Because let me say this morning, so
Bad decision.
no, let me explain. So I had like the most fiber ever today because you know I had like avocados, you know, that whole
tree
wheat
bark.
bread. I had
Tree
yellow potatoes. I had asparagus. I had corn, rice.
Right.
And so I was like, oh shit. And I thought about that too when I was there. I was like, oh crap. Because like when I got to go, it's like you don't hold it. It's just fiber doesn't care. Fiber has its own brain.
I will say that the days that I do eat like only veggie or I try to
Dude,
do
it's
vegan
like
and shit,
boom.
the poop
It happens
kinda
hard.
moves
I do,
quickly.
but
Yeah.
Moves quickly.
There's no blockage. So
It's
so
a good shit though. It's
so I had to
way
do that.
better than eating like.
it's great.
Yeah.
All right. So, so I had to do that thing where I was like leaning against the window, and I was doing that like kind of like jog thing where you're like trying to. It's like getting a boner when you were in high school and you tried to mentally get rid of it. That was exactly what I was doing. I was mentally getting rid of
There's
this poop.
only 2 ways to handle when you got to poop really bad.
Yeah.
You either
So
You can't wish.
So
it
I
away.
kid you not. While I was ordering, it went away. It was amazing.
See, that's what
I
I'm
meant I took over, dude.
you have to
My
like,
brain.
mentally you stay still.
I couldn't believe it.
and focus.
And then I told myself, I was like, just wait. In like 5 minutes, you'll be here. And then what was the first thing I said when I walked in the door? What did I tell you?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I got to shit real bad.
You know what? When I think about
What if
that,
you could make it to the bathroom?
Then I would have shit in my car.
you ever think like when you have to poop, right?
Moral of the story: listen to your gut.
Yeah, listen to your gut. But think about this:
Ba-dum-tsh.
when you gotta poop, right?
Or listen
you
to your
gotta poop
butt.
real bad. Not real bad, but you know you have to go, and you're like, you know what? I can't go right now, so I'm gonna save this for later. You know,
What? Why did you tie it up like it was a bow?
because that's what it feels like I'm doing. Like I feel like I'm like, okay,
It's a gift.
Put that back away, and then you put it, you suck it back up, basically, right?
Oh,
That's what
damn.
happens. It goes back into a place where it's not ready to be offloaded just yet.
Ooh.
Right? When you control your poop because you can't go right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, I can hold it.
Oh yeah.
Do you feel like it's somebody else's poop now?
What?
I'm telling you, I know,
Somebody
this shit is
else's
crazy.
poop.
What do you mean? I need details.
When I have to poop and I'm like, yo, I could go right now. I need to go right now. And then I make the decision not to poop and I want that feeling to go away and I make it go back. It doesn't feel like it's mine anymore. And I feel like I'm holding somebody else's poop.
I think you may
In my
be.
mind.
I think you may be solo on that thought, sir.
Yo, I swear, it doesn't feel like it's mine. I'm like, yo, I gotta
Why is it not yours? You own it. It's inside of you.
Because it was already on the way out and I brought it back
So
in.
you feel like you're holding somebody else's.
Do you
poop.
wait? Do you feel like it was going to be adopted?
Well, I
and then
don't
you
know.
and then you kept
didn't-
it in?
It didn't belong to
was
me
for you?
anymore. It was
All
supposed
right.
to be gone. It got to the point where it was ready to
So
be
you have an adopted
out
turd.
of my life, and I kept it anyway. And it's like, this does not belong here. Damn. It's not mine. It's not a part of me anymore, but I'm housing it
That's
until I can finally
That's a
offload it.
very intellectual thought about
I'm
pooping.
sorry. It happens to me all the time. Not
All the
Philosophy
time?
degree, man.
All the time?
Not all the time, but whenever that situation comes about, I'm like, damn, I sucked back up this poop, and it's not even mine no more. I gotta get this out of here.
Oh my god, that's crazy, man.
Sorry,
I can't say that's ever happened in my life,
pretty
and
disgusting.
I think it's some weird.
So
things.
when you so here's the opposite. You suck it back up, and you're like, oh, I'm glad it came home. Mine, I can hold on to it a little longer. That's how you feel.
You know what? I think it's better. It's easier to hold your poop than to hold your pee.
not for me, dude. I'm telling you, man.
It depends on the poop.
Yeah, it depends
Fiber.
on the type of poop.
Yeah.
Oh well, no. If it's
Dude.
like diarrhea, poop,
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
shit
yeah.
comes
the
out.
shitty Taco Bell gut.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. That Taco Bell gut is like, I used to get it where like you would be, you'd literally feel like you're gonna die. Like you're so sick, and then you shit, and it's like, oh, you're okay immediately
Right,
after.
It's like your butthole.
But don't you hate it when you have to poop and it's like pebbles?
Oh no! Oh, that
rabbit
dude.
poop.
Somebody
Deer
does.
poop.
That means you don't get no fiber, dude. You got pebbles, bro.
It's like God, I'm pushing. It's a fucking pebble.
You need some of that fiber.
the Cocoa Pebble poop.
Let's talk about what's going on today.
Less shitty things.
We don't want to make this the shitty podcast. We don't want to make this the shitty podcast. Somebody goes, hey, you guys have a real shitty podcast. Let's move on from that. Today is 420. Who's excited?
Whoa.
Nobody's excited.
What is 420?
Hitler's birthday. Yes, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Hitler's birthday. While you're out there smoking it up with your friends. But yeah, man, 420 is today. People are doing whatever it is that people who smoke do. which is smoke. I mean, I don't know how many other creative ways or party rituals people do. You just get together.
Yeah, why is it a thing?
420
I don't even know.
420. Like, why
Is it
do
an
you
excuse
choose 420 to
for
smoke?
people to smoke?
It's an excuse. That's what I think. It always been.
But I mean, it had to start somehow. I'm just
Yeah,
I'm just ignorant on the fact.
Let me see. What I've read or heard about was the myth. First, there's the myth of how 420 started, where there was 420 is a police code.
Oh
where
yeah, okay.
People, see somebody smoking, they want to go to arrest them for having illegal marijuana. They call it in as a 420, and then people heard that and ran with it. That's complete bullshit.
Oh,
For what is the
that
420
sounded
police code?
smart though.
Is there a 420 police code?
I don't think so. That's
we
the
should-
good thing to
we
find
should,
out.
yeah,
If
figure
we can
out.
see that, we can see. But they're saying that legend of how it started is wrong. That's not how it really started. They said how it really started was some guys who were in some high school guys in some collegiate sport or scholastic program. After practice, they would say, hey, we're going to meet up and we're going to smoke. This is like in the 1970s or something. We're going to meet up and we're going to smoke over here. What time are we meeting? 420. And they met after practice at 420, and it took off like wildfire, I guess.
Interesting.
So everybody, and that it just grew from there. And everybody was
So
420.
how did it grow from their like circle of friends though? Did they tell their people? I
have
guess.
no idea.
And they told two friends, and they
And
told
they-
two
That's
friends.
crazy.
They started
dude.
inviting people to their meetings, and then people started
They had
having
meetings?
branch off meetings. But everybody was doing it at 420. I don't know. But that's the story that I heard was real. I don't know if it is or it isn't.
I mean, they both sound okay, but
So Code
I wouldn't know any
420
different.
in San Francisco is about juvenile disturbances. So like
Really?
you know,
So it was kind of, that might have a
Yeah,
little bit of
it's
truth
close.
in there.
Yeah.
I heard another thing. They named, it was a law.
420 in Las Vegas, Nevada is homicide.
Totally different. Totally different. I got to be careful out here. That's crazy if you're like, hey, let's go 420. Code 420. That's a homicide. Somebody died.
Oh Jesus!
that's crazy.
Everybody's celebrating this shit and don't even know.
But yeah, like if you're going to go smoke, you don't say, hey, let's go 420. 420 is just the day,
I don't know. I don't
right?
know.
You don't be
Are
like,
you
hey,
supposed to
you wanna
do
go
it
do a
on
420 real quick?
420, like at 420, or
Well,
just the
no,
whole
It's
day?
just
That's
the
the
day.
idea.
The whole
Just the day.
It's just a day.
The whole day? Damn.
Yeah, it turns into a whole celebration.
So you just baked the whole day.
I do know they just named this code. Somebody passed a law. I forget what state it was, and whatever senator or whoever wrote the law, and it got passed in order to allow legal smoking. They named it 420 bill. Like there's like
Oh, nice.
whatever the congressional words are for the bill is, and it's something bill 420. And I was like, I guess homage to the 420 holiday since you're passing a weed smoking bill. That's cool, I guess, for those that care. But yeah, I don't know. If you're into it, I hope you guys are enjoying
This
yourselves
is
out.
kind
kind
safe.
of random, but on the
It's also Killer
subject
Mike's birthday.
of Hitler, did you know he was a vegetarian?
Hitler's a vegetarian.
Hitler was a vegetarian?
Yeah, you want to hear something kind of interesting?
Did not know.
So there was this. It wasn't a. It wasn't supposed to be a study, but just so happened that he was a vegetarian. It became, like a study. So basically, when he had the reins, and he basically eliminated, farming because he was a vegetarian. So he
Right.
didn't. All the farming went away. So a lot of the countries that were heavy into meat, there since the consumption went down, also the diseases went down as well. So it's kind of interesting to
I
see
heard
it.
about
So,
this. I
so
heard
the
about
percentage of the diseases went really low, and then after World War II, they went
Yeah.
way up.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. It was like an accidental study.
Yeah.
So do y'all worship Hitler?
Vegans?
Fuck no,
Who's y'all? I'm not a vegan. Well,
no.
part-time.
I don't think anybody. Actually, no. I don't think. I know no one should.
Where'd they get all their vegetables if he got rid of all the farms?
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, he did. This is what I heard. It was on some documentary where they stopped. Through his reign, he stopped people from eating as much meat.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it or whatever, but it was definitely in the documentary. It said he stopped eating a lot of meat right after the war when they took him out of power or removed him or whatever happened. The rise of eating meat came back along with the rise of diseases. I saw that.
Yeah, it's
same-
pretty
similar
interesting.
documentary. It is interesting. It's but
Huh.
that's his birthday today too. Who else? It was you said
We're not celebrating his birthday.
I'm not celebrating his birthday, or you could be celebrating Killer Mike's birthday.
Killer Mike's birthday.
Whoa,
Who's
really?
Killer
Or,
Mike?
Killer
Are you
Mike, man?
kidding?
Who, you mean who? What?
Get
What?
out of town.
You know who Killer? Trigger warning. You know Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
Shut
Yeah.
up. He's playing stupid, man. There's no way you don't know who Killer
Oh,
Mike
is that the Crip Coke Crip?
Yeah, it's him.
Cripicola.
Oh, Cripicola.
Crow Crip plotting it.
That was a good show. If you haven't watched Trigger Warning on Netflix,
It's amazing.
I say check it out.
It's
man.
the best
a good
show that really tests your security with like how you feel, especially if you're like a white person.
Yeah,
No, I mean it's serious because like you can easily get offended, but nothing he says is wrong.
No.
He's trying to like teach people about things that they.
See, that's interesting. That from that point of view, from a white person watching that show, you're wondering if
there's a line.
You said checking your
privilege. Yeah,
basically.
He tells like it's like episode 2 or 3, and he's at the like it's kindergarten, and he's explaining something, and he tells to like the 2 little white kids in there, check your privilege.
Yeah, because he was like, if I answer you,
and the look on the kids' faces is like priceless. They're like, what the fuck?
He said, now hold on. I was talking to him. If I answer you, then I'd be showing him a bad lesson in white privilege early on. And we don't want to do that now, do we? He's like, so calm down. He's talking to like second graders or something like that.
Oh yeah,
it was weird. It was like he pushed the envelope in a lot of different ways. Some people appreciated, some people didn't. I did. I liked it. He explored a lot.
Yeah,
of
that show's
things.
really cool.
It was good. Check it out. Trigger Warning on Netflix.
Have you ever heard Run the Jewels? His group.
Run the Jewels. Yeah,
they good?
I heard of them. I know. I don't listen to them. I don't listen.
I wanted to check him out because I thought it'd be cool.
I don't know.
Because I've never heard like his music. I found out about him through like his talking on in interviews and then his show and stuff like that.
Right. Back in the day, I used to listen to Killer Mike, but I don't know. I don't want to say he fell off lyrically. I started listening to different stuff, and I never really listened to a full project of his anyway. So I was never the biggest Killer Mike fan. I just knew whenever he featured on somebody's stuff, he was dropping bars and he was good, but I never followed his own album path and all that stuff like that. So
gotcha.
It is what it is. But yeah, if you're out there smoking on 420, you might also be celebrating, what is his name?
Hitler?
No, the birthday, the other dude from Home Improvement.
Oh, Joey Lawrence?
Joey Lawrence. Who I have no idea who this
who
man
is Joey Lawrence?
I keep thinking that he's what's the little
Wait,
boy
you know
name?
what? You just
Joey Lawrence
triggered something in my brain. Hold on, let me check.
I keep thinking he's the little dude, Justin Taylor Thomas.
No, he ain't.
That's
GTT.
the face I see when you say.
well, I mean, first
Joey
of all,
Lawrence.
what is Home Improvement?
Home Improvement?
It was a great 90s
Have I seen
show.
this show or have I not seen
Tim
this
the
show?
Tool Man Taylor.
Okay, yeah, I know that guy.
Okay.
That's all you had to say. The Tool Man.
Yeah, the neighbor who you never saw his face. He always talked.
Oh, yeah.
Joey Lawrence isn't from Tool Time. He was from Blossom.
See, that's why I was confused.
That's why I was like, who is this guy?
that
Wait,
guy?
wait,
Never see
wait.
him on Home Improvement.
There's like 5 Lawrence brothers. Hold on. Andrew Lawrence, Matt.
Oh, I forgot. Andrew Lawrence. What was he on?
He played TJ in Recess.
That's right.
That show was amazing.
So Joey Lawrence was on Blossom.
What is
That
Blossom?
makes more sense. You don't-
Another 90s sitcom.
Blossom
Yeah,
Russo?
I don't-
What's
yeah,
her
I
name?
don't know
Russo,
that
right?
Joey Russo.
Is it Blossom?
I don't
I don't know.
know.
Maybe she was like Prince, just one name.
One name?
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah.
It's also Mr. Takai's birthday. Star Trek.
Who?
George Takei.
George Takei.
Who the hell is George Takei?
Oh my God. What?
I'm not a Trekkie at all.
You're not the only one. I don't know who that is.
Sulu.
either.
How do you
The
not know?
original Sulu.
He's Asian, man.
Oh, that guy.
See, I knew I was going to
Wait,
say
no,
that, and then you're going to look. I know who it
I
is.
still don't know.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Who's Sulu?
What does he look like?
Sulu, the Asian pilot dude, Star
Listen,
Trek.
I know Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh, that's Next Generation, bro.
I know Data.
That's Next Generation, bro.
And I know the black dude with the glasses.
That's Next Generation.
That's Reading Rainbow.
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
You forgot the bro. I was hoping
Rainbow.
Those are the only Star Trek people I know.
So you need to watch first Star Trek.
Wait,
with
can someone pull up a picture?
of Takai.
Wait, is that the? Is he gay?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's gay as
Oh,
shit.
okay, yeah, that guy.
Hold on. Is he gay on Star Trek?
No.
in-
But like
in
in
real
real
life.
life,
Yeah.
it's that guy. Oh, I know who he is now.
Yeah.
You know what? He's real cool.
This is totally off topic, but if you saw, like, you bring up some of the oldest 90s shows and just insert gay character, how do you think it would go?
Wait, what do you mean? Say that again.
Bring up Blossom, insert gay character.
I don't know what Blossom is.
Bring up Home Improvement, insert gay character.
Wait. So, like, put a gay character in the show?
Yeah.
In the 90s? Man, that was
Do you think
rough.
it change everything? Well, we saw this movie the other day, Waiting.
Well,
Holy
yo.
crap. The shit that they do and said back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a great
Yeah.
time.
They said bag a lot.
Like, they really, really like nowadays, I don't know if he can survive.
Yeah, the girl was 17, and she said in a week she'll be 18.
He was like, hell yeah, about to pop.
Dude.
Oh,
The fucking manager.
Yeah, the manager was trying to get at the same
And,
guy.
and then I told you I was watching Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and then they hug each other and like, Berg.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
bro, it was
yeesh.
it's crazy. It's crazy because back then nobody blinked an eye, nobody felt any kind of way about
Yeah,
it.
now if that shit happens, boy.
Yeah, you're gonna be facing a lot of backlash, as you probably should be more sensitive to.
But
now
again,
we understand, but we
they
didn't know
didn't-
back then.
no,
Or
yeah.
I would say that I don't think everybody fully understood the gravity of what was going on. So
It's true.
So what are some
Let's
other
move-
words?
Right.
What are some other words that didn't mean something bad, but now is represented as a bad word?
That's a good question. Tranny,
Is tranny a bad word?
yeah,
Is it really?
yeah.
I mean,
They would say, from what I
well,
know,
yeah. You mean yeah?
from what I know of it. I don't know
guess.
if you remember the Andrew Schultz joke. He was like,
Well, making it shorter is making something sound
Exactly,
nice,
yeah.
right? It's not.
that's what he said, which
Granny.
makes
It's like if I called you Blackie, but it's not because I'm making it longer.
right. So I think tranny is definitely one that they wouldn't like.
They don't care for.
Or don't care
Like
for.
Granny.
Yeah, but Granny has no problem with it.
There's no negativity associated with granny.
No, but
But there
how did-
shouldn't be any negativity with tranny, but
right, because tranny is just short for transsexual.
people use it as a negative term.
Right. But that's the problem. These terms were used for negative purposes to hurt people in the first place.
So you could make any word negative if you're
Exactly.
using
If
it
you
in a
use it
disparaging
enough-
way.
If enough people start calling people cotton boy,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah,
That's,
that's
what, that's what I was thinking in
Bro.
my head. It's like, what is that word? I was thinking a word because like small people. What is it? What's the word that they don't like? I thought midget is okay to say, isn't it?
Well, I think there's a difference between if I'm right, midget and a dwarf.
There is.
there's
Yeah, it's two
midgets,
different sizes.
dwarfs.
Yeah, I think it's
Little
like I think
people-
if you're under, is it 4'8" or 4'9", you're considered
A dwarf.
a dwarf. But I think a midget's like 3 feet or so. I'm probably completely wrong on that,
Bro,
but
do you know they have the TLC show where they follow the
Which
small-
one? There's
yeah, dude, their house
like
is
4 of them.
awesome.
Oh, one of them was like a stripper or something like that, and I don't know.
One of the couples have an amazing house. It's all like cute and like for them. It's awesome. Their countertops like 2 feet high.
Wait,
It's awesome.
is the house really small?
It's a big house, but the like
inside
the
is
layout
small.
is like
like
short.
walking
It's
into
pretty
a
cool.
playhouse.
It's
Instead
awesome.
of 2 stories, it's 4
It's
stories.
like walking into a playhouse. You walk in.
Wow.
You know when your kids have the little
This isn't like
Tyco
Playhouse.
tables and playhouse tables.
It's like a Fisher Price.
They had the Fisher Price. That's what it looks like.
are you trying to say they went to Mattel to pick out their house? That's fucked up.
No, I saw one of these girls in real
Just
life.
because you're jealous, they save so much money.
I saw her
That's
at the
true.
mall, and I was like, "Is that the girl from TLC?" She's very small. I don't know if she's a midget or a dwarf because I don't know the difference.
So midget is the derogatory.
See? I thought it was. What are they supposed to call dwarves? Small
Dwarfs,
people,
yeah.
So dwarf is the
or
only
little people?
dwarf. No,
Little
that sounds
people is
mean.
preferred.
Really?
Dwarf is a medical.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I feel like if
word,
they called me a
think.
little person, they were like talking down
That's
to
kind
me.
of offensive, right?
Well, not to them.
I mean, if they're cool with it,
midget
then
is
hey,
offensive.
that's
Midget
that's
is
good.
offensive.
Midget
Yeah,
is the
but
offensive
isn't
one.
midget
Everything
the
I keep finding is midget.
So
is
is
the derogatory.
dwarf the only one, or I thought there was another one?
I know there's other words. I'm just trying to think of which
I don't know. You put fucking in front of the word, and you can tell if it's
yeah.
negative or not.
Obviously.
You fucking little person, you fucking dwarf, you fucking midget. Like,
Whoa.
that's the bad one. You can tell.
Yeah.
You put fucking in front of it, you know which one's the bad
You guys
one.
ever thought about
It's usually words that end in
So,
like hard T.
if a little, so wait, it's okay to say little person or dwarf?
Little person. Just stick with little person.
So if a little
yeah.
person, right? You ever thought about like, the dude? Does he have a?
I don't know.
is everything in
I don't know.
proportion?
I was about to say, Austin
Proportional,
Powers
like-
asked, wasn't he?
A mini me?
You're a tripod. Bloody hell.
I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't
It's like an arm holding an apple.
I don't give thought to it. I don't give thought to this. I don't know if they have
The proportions of
normal-
genitalia.
That's something to think about when you're high.
Right.
Since it's 420.
420. This is talking about all kind of high stuff today. 420. Man, speaking of, I know Matt went to the 420 walk this morning to support his fellow cannabites. Is that what you call yourselves?
Not what it's called.
Is that what you call you guys? You call
No.
your cannabites?
Did you ride the cannabis?
Wow.
Where'd you go this morning?
The the
did you say under
the
a canopy?
walk for multiple sclerosis.
Oh,
It-
the
it-
MS walk.
MS.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know
Yeah.
what? I want to have this conversation about multiple sclerosis, but I honestly don't know what it is. Like, I know kind of what it is, but I don't know 100% factual medical definition of the condition called multiple sclerosis.
Is a long-lasting disease that affects your brain, spinal cord, and the optic nerves in your eyes.
Yeah, so basically shuts down
Causes
your body.
problems
It's a brain
with vision,
thing.
balance, muscle control, and other bodily functions.
Okay, so my second follow-up question would be: people who suffer from multiple sclerosis are definitely paralyzed?
Well,
Can
you
be.
can be.
Can be.
I
Unfortunately,
think over time, right?
Yes.
yeah. Unfortunately, with that disease, though, you can suppress it, but there's no cure at the moment. So if you have it, you have it, until you die.
So it's like you can slow it down.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of the walk, to raise money for it. So, for example, like the team that I was in, we raised a few $1,000s.
Right. And you pay.
Look at you, girl.
You pay
Way
to be in this
go.
walk, and that's how they say raise the money. You have to pay to be in the walk.
I mean, it's not like. I guess it's more like, is it suggested, kind of thing?
Yeah, that's how they raise the money. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, how else do you raise the money?
Yeah. I mean, again, you don't have to. It's optional, but I always do.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, I walked, well, I didn't walk. My wife walks for autism.
Yeah.
When that happens. And, you pay, you buy a shirt, you buy a number or whatever, and that money is what
Yeah.
helps raise the money for the Autism Speaks campaign and all that stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure it's the same thing you had to,
Same idea, yeah.
you could buy. You don't have to. You can still be a part of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let it fly. Let it fly.
So autism speaks, like severe autism, they can't speak. Isn't that insensitive?
Well, that's the thing. Walk for multiple sclerosis.
I know.
But then
Some
you
of them ain't
walk.
walking. These are just the
Wouldn't it
thoughts that
make
come
sense?
across.
Well, I
people's
will
minds.
Would it
say
make
that-
sense if everybody just got a wheelchair and started?
That's.
Everybody
rolling
rolls.
down?
No, I feel like that would seem like you're. I don't want to say making fun of people, but that seems
Well,
like that.
you ever seen the people that have cancer and they lose their hair and everybody shaves their head?
They do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
Shave-
some guy did
shave
that.
your head for cancer?
Didn't
Yeah.
his daughter got cancer and he like tattooed like the scar on his head.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was
That's
one of my
pretty dope.
brother's
That's pretty dope.
friends
Which is
shaved
pretty
their
rad.
heads when he was going through it too. Like,
But there are people that have MS that are participating. They're in the
Still
wheelchair,
walking.
or some people
Yeah.
will have like a cane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
and their
somebody-
families will
did
be there
somebody famous
supporting
have
them.
MS?
Right. Huh?
Did somebody? Oh, what's his name? Stephen Hawkins? No, he didn't have MS, right? He had something else.
I don't know.
Is that because he was losing his?
I didn't know it affected your
motions?
eyes. That's probably scary.
Well, your eyes is a muscle.
Right. So you could
It affects all the muscles in your body.
you go
right?
blind. You can't control your eyes, or like because being blind and not being able to control the movement of them are two separate things, right?
Yeah, I feel like it mainly affects like mobility.
Damn. Everybody should be like thankful when they wake up in the morning for all of the things.
Yeah.
Like people don't think about it until times like this come around. You start thinking like, damn, I could
Yeah.
be that, because nobody has these things on purpose or did
Yeah,
something to contract them.
It's also really like sad when you see like the families come up and they have like their mom or their grandma or their grandpa or their dad, or sometimes it's their kids and they're like pushing him in the walk. I'm like, man,
Bro, it's hard on the
sad.
family. It's very hard on the family that is supporting someone with multiple sclerosis, autism, or any of these things. The family goes through a lot, like a lot. And
yeah, they almost go through more than the person that has it.
Yeah,
Because
it's
it
rough.
weighs a lot on them.
Yeah, it's man. I got stories for days, but I'm not gonna get into it. My son has, when he was younger, had a lot more signs of certain things like Asperger's and autism and stuff like that. He's grown up and grew into a lot of these things, and he's okay now. Even though he still has his issues, he's gonna be fine. I don't worry about him at all. But when he was younger, there was a lot of struggles. There was a lot of different things. And he's not even like, I guess you could say one of the worst cases of people who have like autism or something like that. But he's on the spectrum, is what they would say. He's on the spectrum. What the fuck is this spectrum? Roy G. Biv? What are we talking about?
it's a lot of mental things fall on this supposed spectrum.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like you can have it, and I used to work with a guy that he had it, and he was able to drive. He could communicate okay. But then you have other people that they'll never get their license. They can't have a good conversation with people. So again, the spectrum is pretty broad.
Yeah.
It's like, I have a question, and this might be a little dark, but
Uh-oh.
if you were one of, if you had that, you couldn't do anything for the rest of your life. You had to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to continue living?
Yeah, that is dark. It's real dark. I don't know. I think so.
What are you living for?
Think about it. Think about this. Your quality of life is only what you've known since you've been living. And if you've been dealing with this your entire life, that's normal to you now. You know what I mean? Like, you're at this point of normalcy with what you're dealing with. Outside, people are looking at you like, oh, you're dealing with a lot, you're going through a lot. On the inside, you're probably going through a lot, but it's normal to you. It's just not normal to other people. So people who haven't dealt with it will think about the question you just asked and be like, I don't even know if I could do it. But the person that's been living in those shoes every single day, I don't think, well, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't think their mind goes there often. I don't think a lot of people's mind go there unless they're, like, if they're really, really bad off. Like, I know some people, I don't know what disease it is. It might be when they're in a wheelchair, their hands are kind of can't really move, their muscles and stuff like that. I don't know if that's multiple sclerosis or not. I don't know what that is. I have a cousin like that, as a matter of fact, and I see her on Facebook and I interact with her on Facebook and stuff like that, and she's like that in the wheelchair. And she's living her life. She's enjoying herself, but then she also has down moments when she's not feeling so well. But because it's been her life, I don't think, as far as I know, she's ever come across the thought of, I don't want to do this anymore. It's her normal. You know what I mean? Where us looking at it from the outside, looking in, trying to think how we would feel in those shoes, we're the weak ones who haven't had to deal with something like that, who would even consider, I think, killing ourselves, because we haven't dealt with it. So we're weak, not understanding someone who's living through that struggle. So people that would probably say, yeah, it's just because they haven't, it's not normal to them. It's too far outside of what they think they can handle. But if you've been born with it and living with it every day, you've been through this struggle so long, you're strong enough and probably not thinking that. Especially if you have a good support system around you who's actually helping you and doing stuff like that. I don't think people think that way. I wouldn't, or I would hope I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm glad I don't have any of that stuff. I don't know if that's bad to say, but it's the truth. And I'm glad I'm not having that way. Is another way for saying, be thankful when you wake up in the morning and don't have these things that other people are dealing with. And give back and support the people who do. Since if you're smart enough to talk about it, you're smart enough to understand what other people are going through, be smart enough to contribute and be a part of the solution as opposed to the problem or acting like they don't exist.
Yeah.
Shit. You always take it morbid, very morbid.
I'm sorry.
So he was telling you about on your way to the walks.
Whoa, yeah.
Let's talk bum fights. Let's talk bum fights.
Nobody fought.
If somebody came up to you and offered you $500 to fight, just some random dude.
Do I see this random dude before?
No. You just meet up, you come to his place, you
and
get ready to fight.
And it's Kimbo Slice.
Right. You get destroyed.
And you get annihilated.
Kimbo's dead, by the way.
I know.
God bless the dead.
He's the king of Miami. Or Florida. I don't think he was Miami.
I don't know.
He used to beat people. Remember him?
Or whatever room.
Remember Kimbo back in like 2004?
What was it called? Backyard fights? What was it? Bulldog? What is it? Bulldog fights? What was it?
I don't even know. What the thing that he was on, the series he did, he would just be challenging people. I forget what it was called, but I used to watch it.
Well,
all
it's
the
a
time
community, and people want to fight because, it makes money and all that stuff.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was. Mm-hmm. I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah.
I remember one time he got beat up. Nobody ever seen him get beat up
No.
in these fights?
Yeah.
I seen him in UFC. He kind of somebody took it to him or whatever, but on his series, there was this one dude he fought. It was in some basement. They had like against the wall. It was like a railing, like a horse tie-up where people bring horses. So kind of like just wood panels, 2 spaced wood panels where people stand on the other side. And they were on this side where all the walls and the floor had like this gray trash bag mat kind of thing everywhere. And whoever he was fighting that time, it was not an easy fight. Like, took him down. Like, they was fighting for a good couple of minutes. Both of them was tired. Nobody was finished off. And that was the first time I seen somebody take Kimbo that far. And I was like, he's not undefeatable. He can be destroyed.
Were they like the same body type?
Yeah, they was both kind of big. No, the other, I think the other dude was a little bit fatter, like out of shape. I wouldn't say out of shape, but, had more mass on him. He wasn't super muscular, but he was tough. Took Kimbo down. They was fighting back and forth, no knockout blows. They was going for a while, and I was like, Kimbo might have lost that one. Mm-hmm. He might have lost that one. But shit. So yeah, you.
But anyways,
yeah.
So you said you were taking the train or the MARTA?
That is the train.
Sorry.
Same.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. I was taking the train, and there was this homeless guy to the right of me across, and actually there was two. One was across from me, and the other one was a few rows ahead of him. And generally, the stop that I get off is pretty busy because it's one of the last ones, and usually it's a bunch of just white people that get on it, and then there's homeless people. Yeah. So it's always not enjoyable, but it's always interesting to see the reaction when the homeless people will start begging or talking loud or asking for money and things like that. So one of the guys asked the other dude he asked anybody if they had any food. And interestingly enough, the homeless dude was the one that had the food. So they shared a bag of Doritos.
Hold on. You're on a train full of people.
Uh-huh.
Two bums on the train. One of them says, does anybody have any food? And the only person that gave him something was
the other bum. I don't know if it just happened to be that way.
Bums stick together.
So,
you got to.
And then, he started asking people if they had any water or money or anything. So I gave him a few dollars. And then he said, hey, thank you. And I was like, yeah.
Good on you.
Glad I could do that.
Good on you.
But I didn't have any food or anything. But after I did that, it was like there was like a halo around my head. And all the white people were like, oh my God, what is he doing?
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see the reaction when people do that, because I feel like they have like a predetermined thought about, because I think they get kind of taken back when they're begging or asking for money or things like that. But they tend to forget that the money that comes into their lives versus those people is extremely different. Yeah. And he was telling me that he hasn't had a license in 15 years or a car or any of that stuff. So
you got to sit down and talk with him a little bit.
Yeah, and then we talked about some things. And then later on during the walk, I was telling my friend about it, and we were talking about how people approach people, everybody. So say you have like a group of 10 different people. Generally, people will approach each person the same way. And they may get a different reaction, or that person will approach them the way that they're used to being approached, and people almost take offense to it.
Right.
But I feel like it has to do with like just, I don't want to say ignorance because that seems very harsh, but I feel like it could just be the lack of understanding of, just different people. Because because the guy begging or asking, do you have any money? It's a difference between him asking than me. Like, hey, does anybody have any money? Like that seems like I'm like preaching for money, but him, it's like, hey, I need help. Can you help me? Maybe get some food later.
What do people expect someone starving, hurting, and struggling to survive to sound like? What is etiquette is going to come off like? Yeah,
and I'll be honest, I was guilty of that in San Francisco. I may have told you this guys before, but it was just I was in a different city and I wasn't used to the way that they did things.
Right.
So I was going into McDonald's or something, and the guy's like, do you have any food? And I was like, no. I was like, I don't have any money. And he screamed at me. He's like, no, food. And I was like, dude. Like,
I remember you told me.
Yeah, I was kind of mad.
Yeah.
But
because you're a dick.
I was like, dude, you're not going to get anything screaming at people.
Right.
But, it took me a little while to think about it. And I was like, that's just how he did it.
Exactly.
And then you can't, in dire need, I guess. That's what happens.
You never know. He might have just got turned down by 5 other people, and he's pissed off now because he's hungry. I can probably vouch.
And if he didn't yell at me, I was going to be like, "Do you want some food? Like, right. I can get you food, or I can give you some. But it's like, no food." He screamed at me, and I was like, "All right, forget you."
Exactly. But
nope.
Why do that when he has probably 1,000 more reasons to be angry right now than you do?
Yeah, I just went on a plane.
Yeah,
from a different state.
Exactly.
And I'm in,
and he's been living in a corner in the back alley for a while. So he's probably a little angry. So if he doesn't come off the most polite, I can understand how it's off-putting. But at the same time, maybe we should take a second to think and he's probably going through some stuff and he's hungry. Let me help him out.
Yeah, definitely. Dude, it's just the fact that literally somebody comes up to you and literally begs you,
I mean, some people don't like that. Some people don't want to be asked anything. I'm not
But
gonna
that
lie.
takes a lot of like guts and like, you know.
You do.
Like,
but then after a while, it's the only way for them to survive.
Exactly.
You know, and people could have their own thoughts like, hey, you should go get a job. You should go do this. And you should, why are you out here begging?
Well, it's like if they had that chance, I mean,
don't
you think they would
do
take it? Yeah, you know?
And you then see that's the other thing, because there are people who are not trying to better themselves, who get stuck on drugs. And
that's the big
that
thing.
nature.
That is the big thing.
Well, that's the other thing.
So-
That's why I always say, like, you know, I'm not going to give them money, but if I can get them food or water or something, then I'll go do that.
And then you got the fake bums, the people who just panhandle and go home.
Yeah, spangers.
Yeah.
They're called spangers.
That's what we always called them growing up.
I
Like,
see the same like 10 circle of people on this one road going home, and I'm like,
Yeah,
you know, what's the
I
what's the validity?
I was
of
watching
that?
a YouTube
and I feel
clip
mean for saying that.
the other day about that too. There's like these people that fake being homeless or
Yeah,
whatever.
I know people that have done this.
And dude, they make
good
money.
Actually,
ridiculous.
we,
It's
we
ridiculous.
talked about that as well, and it's like, what what right do we have to assume that someone's faking that?
I know.
So you
but
have
it
to.
Does, it
I know.
does
I know it
taint
does
your
happen.
thoughts.
But this may sound backwards, but I'm more inclined to believe the person on the train or the person in the corner than some guy at the corner of a highway. I know that sounds terrible, but it's
no,
like
it's,
I mean, but
it's
it's-
spot on.
it's like
Right.
if you're homeless, I don't think you're going to be on the major highway,
Right.
but you're going to be on a train in the city, or you're going to be in the corner of a gas station
Then
more than
again,
likely.
I know the highway that I get off when I go home. There's a hotel like within walking distance across from a Papados. Nonetheless, this hotel is a lot of bums who live in that area, and they walk up to the highway corner and Windy Hill,
What the hell's a pop? Oh, Papacitos?
Papacitos. Yeah, not Papados.
Okay, yeah.
Papacitos right there. There's a hotel on the left, Papacitos on the right. Highway is right next to Papacitos, and there's a bum there every now and again that's asking. I'm assuming he came from that hotel, so it's still possible.
Yeah.
But at the same time, us as well-to-do people, I guess, we get tainted with these ideas of people faking, panhandlers,
They're just scammers.
scammers,
Bro.
stuff of that nature. So then you start to second guess everybody you help. You remember we went to the Chinese place and I get that?
Yeah.
I don't even know why I did it. I chose not to think about whether she was really hurting or not. And I was just like, listen, here you go. I got it. Now you got it. Hope it helps you out. Or maybe you just scam 15 other people and you're going to go home. I don't know. But I did something that I thought was good. You know what I'm saying? At the end
But
of
what's
the day,
what's the ratio of people that are actually BSing you? You know,
I mean, you never know.
That's
can't
the
be-
thing.
Well, yeah. You
I mean,
can't
because
know.
I mean,
You just gotta- I think you just
Atlanta
gotta
has a
take care of
pretty
everything.
bad homeless population, especially the more downtown you go. So
right.
Is there not a support network out here? You guys got shelters? Like,
Yeah, I mean, there are, but not.
They
I don't
cl-
think they're out here.
they closed the one in Midtown, and then a week later, a homeless person pushed somebody in the train tracks, almost
I
killed them.
remember that.
Yeah,
I was like, that's a bad PR.
yeah. yeah.
But I think you know, I think you should just take everything for face value, and then you know, just think about, oh, I did something good today.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
if-
exactly.
Leave it at that.
If you're just going around trying to be good as a good person,
Like a good human being,
and stop
then,
worrying
yeah.
about what other people are doing, if they're being good or not, and just
You
do
know.
what you think is right. You can't.
Because like
you,
Yeah,
a
and-
dollar is better than nothing.
The way I see
You
it
know what I
too
mean?
is, say I give 10 people that are homeless, you know, a few dollars or whatever, and 2 of them were BSing me. That's okay because 8 other people actually needed it, and I was only
Right.
out a few. So I,
Exactly.
treat everybody like that, and then
yeah,
you know,
I'm okay with.
it's just weird,
doing
like the negativity that people have with like a homeless person. Like, what do you have to be mad about?
Have you ever worked next to a homeless shelter?
No, I'm just, you know what I mean.
No, I do know what you mean.
I used to go to a
but, like,
Chick-fil-A that has a homeless shelter next to it, and there used to be like tents and people camping out there, and Chick-fil-A used to give them food all the time. It was kind of nice, but
Yeah, that's cool.
you know, it's just
It's hard. I mean, I'm not.
But then
gonna,
you also have to realize there will always be scammers no matter what.
No, yeah.
right.
There will always be scammers.
But I'm not.
whether they're homeless or not, and something else.
That-
I don't
everything.
know if
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
vilify people who are offended by homeless people. I don't know. I probably should, because you probably shouldn't be that way. But at the same time, it's off-putting, right? It's off-putting. The person is dirty, smells.
Yeah.
He's invading your personal space. He's asking for your money. You
Is it?
may not.
But
be
is
in
it?
the best-
Is the number one trait that you feel guilt though, or do you just feel like uncomfortable and guilty?
I don't know. I don't know what they feel. I'm not one of those people, so I don't
Or
really know.
or in a
But-
weird way, do you feel like they're assuming that you're also okay? Is that a weird thought? Because like
no, that's interesting though. Like,
because you're like, how do you know that I'm not dying in debt
Yeah,
or
I
just
might be
like
on my last
struggling?
dollar.
so many people in this country are living check to check.
Exactly.
So like,
exactly. And that's the
How
thing.
do you know I didn't get all my clothes at Plato's Closet?
Right. So I never like. I
did.
wouldn't give homeless people money back when I was younger because I didn't have money. You know, I didn't have money. I was barely making it or whatever I was doing. I needed whatever money I had. And then once in a while, when I did have some money, yeah, all right, here you go, $10. You know, I thought I was doing something like, wow, that's a whole 10. You should be good for 2 hours. I don't know, whatever. But that's how I thought back in the day. But it was just
you know how many tall boys that is?
Right. It was a random spare moment where I could do that. And then as I got older and, you know, now it's like, well, if I come across one, yeah, I will give them something if I have it. You know what I'm saying? And then you get into the situation where, no, I don't have any money on me. I only have my card. What do I do now? I want to help you, but I don't want to explain all that to you because I don't feel like I owe you that. So I can't help you right now. Doesn't mean I wouldn't if I had cash on me. If I had 20 on me, I probably would give it to you right now. But I don't. So I'm just going to tell you I can't help you as opposed to explaining the whole situation, which I guess I don't feel like I owe you that. But then at the same time, I guess you come off like a dick. I don't know. I feel like I get caught in that situation a lot where I don't have the money, but when I do have the money, I'll give. But if I don't, then I'm looked at as like a dick because I'm also not going to explain myself to you. You know what I mean? And I guess that's a right that I want to reserve. Do I have to explain to somebody who's asking me for free money?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to explain that to you, but don't think I'm a dick. But of course you're going to think I am because whatever. And then I don't even know. Like, do bums think every person who don't give them money is a dick?
Depends on the bum. Depends what they're on.
Right.
I mean, I hate to say the word. So I worked next to a homeless shelter for a long ass time.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of crazy shit. And I mean, I'd like to think you can tell the difference between someone who is down on their luck, trying to get back on their feet, and someone who's like
in the life.
Yeah. Who's like a hobo who's got, once again, I'm going to sound like a dick here, but like got some sort of drug addiction, some mental problems, but like is not doing anything to better themselves.
Right.
Regardless if they can get the help or not. Like, there's just some people that accept the bum life.
How did this person get to the point where they're going to accept the bum life? Because that same person, like you said, you see one that's trying to do something for themselves. That person who accepted the bum life could have been 6 months ago just like that other guy.
True.
But things didn't work out, and now he's in the bum life because he's accepted and tried to make the best of it, or, turned to drugs in some sort of way and it started messing with his mind. You just never know. And it's like, I wish we could help everybody. I wish nobody was a bum. But what can we do? You know what? That's what we're going to do. Safe Space is going to solve homelessness. Okay? I'm telling you this now. We have a meeting tomorrow. I don't know, man. It's a tough thing because I can't judge everybody. I can't judge the people who don't want to give. I can't judge every bum that's possibly, and say that they're just half of them are drug addicts and half of them don't care. Because I think everybody's story is probably different. There are different points in everybody's lives who put them in a certain situation, and then it might have turned for the worse, or they tried to make it be better, and it didn't work out, and then it turned for the worse, or I don't know. You just don't know. So I guess it's back to what Dumpling said. Just try to be right within yourself and do right for who you can when you can, and that's it. Like that's what I would try to do. If I got it, I'll help you out. If I don't, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that's it.
Damn, I think we made everybody feel bad today. A lot of different people.
Yeah.
Except for Matt. He took a walk.
Matt makes himself.
Yeah, I walked for like 7 miles.
All right. Hey, I guess it's time. It's time. Everybody who's been listening from the beginning has probably been waiting for this very moment. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You've asked for it. It's back. The world-renowned EP's Dark Corner. Dun, 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 dun.
You got to copyright that before somebody steals
I'm sorry.
it.
No. That's Price is Right.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we're going to get sued.
Thank you.
Sued for our $0.
Who was that?
Bob.
Drew. Yeah.
I'm Drew. You're Bob.
Well, no. It was Bob
Drew's
before.
the new Bob.
It's Drew now.
Okay.
Drew Carey.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Bob Barker's a fucking rad dude, though.
Is he dead?
Is he dead?
He's just old as fuck, so I assume he might be.
I mean,
dude, but he was old on the show anyway. So
He was. That's what
probably
I'm
is dead.
saying. Like, and I was watching the show when I was I was in high school.
He's like Steve Martin. He's been old since the 50s.
Yeah.
Steve Martin's had white hair.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, is he fucking dead?
No, but he's 95 years old.
Damn.
Good for him, dude.
How does he look?
Does he live
like a 95-year-old?
Does he live with one of those card girls? The girls they used to bring up.
So.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So
I think it was supposed to happen that way.
Weird random fact: the ratings for Price is Right went up after his hair turned white.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. Like people trust old white hair.
Daytime
dudes.
moms.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Silver fox.
All right. What we got in the dark corner? EP.
So I don't know where to start. Let's start with PP parts.
I thought we were picking one.
Oh, I don't have anything to pick. Yeah, we.
All right, let's just
Plus,
go with it.
last week you were like, hey, that got too out of hand. We just need to pick one.
Just go. Run it. Run it.
PP parts part 2.
Ready.
PP part. Well, it involves a PP part. Have you guys heard of keto crotch?
Keto crotch?
Like the keto diet?
Keto is a diet.
Keto is a diet.
Crotch are genitals.
Well-
Diet genitals? What are we doing?
Is it smelly?
Wait, are you
it
only
is smelly.
eating genitals?
No, it's a side effect from the keto diet.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
And just because we got shit for this, the history of the crotch. Sorry, no, just kidding. But did you know the crotch also? No, the groin is part of the crotch.
Wait, what is the
groin
crotch?
Is
Can
part
we-
of the
The
crotch.
crotch is the bottom of the pelvis in the region of the body where the legs join the torso and is often considered to include the groin and the genitals.
Okay, so
That didn't make anything
okay,
clear
okay.
for me.
All right, time.
Yeah, I thought of like
Okay,
17
so-
different body parts.
Time out.
I was like,
so the
what?
genitals is the vagina.
Genitals is your junk.
Yeah.
and the penis
your
and the
junk.
vagina, right?
Right.
The groin is
a muscle.
That's attached to your junk.
Because you can like, pull your groin,
okay. I'm guessing that's the under.
Yeah, that's
That's like between
Is
your
that it?
asshole and your.
That's,
Yeah,
that's the
genitals.
taint.
That's the taint. So you put them together, you get the crotch.
Okay.
Whoa, man.
Now I got a picture.
That's
So keto crotch is, as you pegged it.
whoa! I didn't peg anything.
So
Oh.
because of the keto diet, your crotch starts to smell super musky and gross.
Oh, are you
and-
serious?
Yeah. Side effect of
But
the keto diet.
what's in? I mean,
Yeah, what's the keto diet?
is it?
Like,
Do you
what
just work out and then?
No, so it's like high fat, low carbs, and sugar. So you're eating like nothing but meat and high fat shit. No
How
carbs.
is that a
So that's like the
diet?
opposite.
I know somebody who's doing the keto diet.
It's supposed to work great, but
Hey, I heard it was good. He lost weight and all that stuff.
Oh,
and
you
he's
lose
like,
weight super
I eat
fast.
pizza and I eat all this shit. I'm like, how the fuck are you losing weight then? Like, what are you doing?
because you're what is it, ketoacidosis or whatever? You're
Ketosis.
keto. That's it.
Yeah.
So you're forcing your body, the food you eat, you're forcing your body into that
burn
state.
off.
So it burns all of your fat.
What part are you not eating that's making that? Like, you're
I
eating
think
nothing
it's the-
high in fat.
It's the carbs.
No, you don't eat carbs on the keto
It's
diet.
basically
So it's no
it's
carbs.
basically the
It's just no
opposite of my diet.
Yeah.
The keto diet is no carbs at all.
It's
Yeah.
high fat, moderate protein, low carbs.
Yeah.
wow, high
So
fat.
80% of your calories is coming from fat, and I think that's what makes your crotch stink.
But it's because of the carbs. Where
Fat crotch.
the more carbs you eat, the obviously
Carbs turn into sugar.
And sugar turns into fat.
exactly.
So you're stuffing yourself with fat and sugar. And
So you're
sugar.
forcing your
you're
body to
burning-
burn nothing
yeah.
but fat and protein.
So it gets used to burning fat a lot, and that's
And-
how you lose weight.
And then your crotch starts to stink.
Well, that's how you
it
lose
also
weight
makes your
because
breath
the
smell like
less
shit,
the
too.
less the less
Really?
carbs you
Yeah.
eat, you lose weight.
That's some
Then
interesting
why
side
is
effect.
every vegan so skinny? All they do is eat carbs.
Well, that was really that's
They're not
my
eating
question
fat, though.
Because like when I was a vegetarian,
The carbs turn into fat.
well, I don't know. Well, certain
I don't know
complex carbs.
Yeah, no,
Complex
there's a
carbs.
difference between refined and unrefined. That will go to sugar like that.
Yeah.
But true whole food carbohydrates will burn before they turn into like sugar. That's where like when you eat meat, you. I don't want to explain it. Anyway, go ahead. I'm done talking about food.
So yeah, that's basically it.
God.
So there was keto
What were you
crotch.
saying though?
Wait, so
when
it's
you were
called keto
vegetarian?
crotch?
Oh well, so when I
Keto
was
crotch.
veg, this is my confusion with keto. I was veg for 5 years. I ate nothing. It was like mostly carbohydrates. That was like my main source of calories. Potatoes. That's starch.
Starch?
Though.
Nah, dude,
Yeah,
rice,
lean.
rice, beans, legumes.
Dude, every time somebody's gonna tell me they're on a keto diet, I'm gonna be like,
Does your crotch stink?
trying to
No,
smell
No,
something.
finish. Go ahead. I
That
want to hear what
crotch
you're
smell
gonna say.
like.
I mean, that was basically. I just don't understand the whole one. I don't get fad dieting. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
get you anywhere. You're not solving the problem.
No,
of
if
your
you do it
health.
forever, then that's your life. But if you diet for a month, then you're going to go
You're not
right
fixing
back to where you
anything.
were.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why when people are like, I'm on the keto diet or I'm going
Diet
vegan,
is-
I'm like,
diet-
wait, you're not going vegan. because that's a lifestyle change.
Exactly. That's what I
If you
said.
go plant-based for a month, you can say that.
When you say something is a diet, it's only like
I hate that. I'm
part-time.
going on a diet.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, dude,
But
just
if you
change
wanna-
it
if you wanna
forever.
Exactly.
Be
Like,
healthy. That's a lifestyle. You gotta
Change
change
your
everything.
eating habits.
Yeah.
I just don't think
Different
anyone
than dieting.
really. Well, certain. If you went to school for nutrition, yeah, you probably know. But like, there's so much misinformation about what food does to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah,
like,
you can watch one documentary and then watch the next one that says the total opposite. And you're like, what
Yeah,
the
no, it's true.
fuck?
Like if you just, even if you eat meat, if you just eat like 50% less, you'll probably change a lot.
I thought about that too.
You know?
Leave it up to math. Okay, if you eat
count your calories.
You know, if you eat 3 burgers at Burger King every day,
Wow.
start eating 1. Something's
Or
got to
none.
change,
No.
or none. I mean, but something's got to change.
No, I
like
mean,
you mathematically
you can-
took
look,
away certain.
The way I
things.
see it, you can eat anything you want, just don't eat too much of it.
yeah, portion control. Is
well,
very
everything
big.
in moderation,
Very
right?
big.
Yeah, moderation, exactly.
Moderation rules the nation.
It's like, why you gotta eat 2
Ah.
burgers? Because when you eat 1 burger, that's more than enough.
You got to eat 2 because you're
Are
hungry.
you talking about yourself?
this is America.
Mister always eat
I'm
2
talking
burgers
about
and 2
myself.
fries?
Because that's the deal. You get 2
It's a
burgers. You know what?
coupon.
Why
Next time, we'll just share that 1 coupon.
Why can't
I
you do the
want 2
coupon and
burgers.
share
I want
the
both of
food?
them. Okay. This is terrible. This is terrible. Went from bums to I want 2 burgers.
Dang, we could eat 1 burger and say the other burger for the bum.
Oh,
God damn it.
that's how we'll solve world hunger.
Okay, all right.
Burger King coupons will save the world. That is the BK
God,
Lounge.
yeah. What else we got in the dark spaces?
So this came up. I don't know if it's real. So it's learn how to talk dirty, and it's a texting service. So you text slutbot to this
That's
phone
awesome.
number, and then
I like that.
I don't know if it's a robot, but somebody magically starts sexting with you.
So
The whole idea behind the app is to get people more comfortable with like getting out there and talking to people.
I heard
Right.
there's like a thing where you could like, I think it's a subscription where you could like, it's monthly, but you pay something and you have a fake girlfriend.
Why would I want
So
to
somebody
pay?
somebody will text you like every day, or send you a message or something, be like, hey, how's your day or something.
I think that's kind of what this is.
Yeah,
but
like that.
yeah,
sexy
can
time.
you explain it more, please, for the audience?
No, that's basically it.
it's really you just have
30-second video of these white people getting
So is it like when you used to be on like AIM or AOL or whatever, and you would talk to Smarter Child? Do you remember that? Do you
No.
remember? Oh, dude, you did.
Smarter child.
Yeah,
What's that?
you guys know AIM and MSN and all that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I do.
So you could like instead of messaging your friend, you would type in Smarter Child, and it would like talk to you and shit.
I never knew about
I
that.
assume
It's like
I
the
mean
same.
from what
instead
you're
of
saying,
Smarter
this
Child,
is-
it's like the horny child.
It's slutbot.
So if you
Slut child.
try to talk dirty to it, would it be like, no, that's not working out? Try better.
Right.
Wow.
If it's supposed to train
Damn,
you to
imagine
be
getting
better,
Right?
turned
Like,
down by a
it has
robot.
to critique you at some
Dude,
point in time.
Your self-esteem would go down so bad.
I'd be like, damn, there it is.
One of the texts from the video is, "We can both press against it at the same time. I want to try to get off together."
Oh man. Wait, if you get off a robot though, that's pretty good.
Hey, that's good
That's
business for Fortune.
That's
over
really
there.
good.
No. My business is all in person. Nothing is. Trust me, it's coming. It's coming. I
It's
might
coming?
Call it Slutbot.
What's coming?
I might call it Slutbot. That's a good name. But
I think it's already taken though.
I don't know. Well, they're not that famous yet.
Oh,
We can fight it out in court. I'm down.
I think you'd lose.
You know what? This leads me to something I've been thinking about for a while. I think people just like to have notifications come to their phone, regardless of what it is.
Oh, dude,
or
yeah. It's phone addiction.
yeah.
What
like
is that?
dopamine,
thing?
endorphins, or whatever?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it is.
You hear that?
Somebody
you hear
cares.
That, you hear
Yeah.
that thing?
Yeah.
You automatically check.
It
your
doesn't
phone,
matter
like,
what it
whoa.
is. It doesn't matter who it's coming from. It doesn't matter what they're saying. You turn on as many notifications as you can because you want to know people are giving attention to you and sending you messages for something for you to do on this $1,000 device that you have that you want to do something. It can do so many other things, but you only want it to tell you when someone's talking to you or sending you a message or a coupon or just some sort of notification. I don't know why people like that so much. I forget what it was. It's some other app. I'm like, oh, Profoundly? You heard about this Profoundly?
No.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Is
What
it
is
profound?
Is it an app?
Profoundly is like Facebook combined app where you turn on Profoundly in Facebook, right? So what that does is it uploads something where people can ask you anonymous questions.
Oh wait, I have heard of this.
Yeah, I tried.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie.
yeah.
I tried it. I just want to see what it was like.
What do you mean?
So, for example, like say I did it, or no, say you did it, and
You would click.
I would see you on my friends list, and I would click on it, and then I could ask you a question anonymously, or I can check it where it'll tell you who it is.
Right.
So if I said like, a lot of times it's just nice things, like it'll be like, hey, you're a really good person, but I can't tell you that. At least to my friends, because they're all sweet. And it's like, oh, thanks, guys. But sometimes like, nasty shit. Probably like your friends.
No,
I'm
actually,
just kidding.
A friend of mine.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Like,
I'm
A
kidding.
friend of mine said to me, "You are the most inspiring persons I've ever met. Very interesting and intelligent." And I was like, "I don't know if you're lying."
And then
I
it
don't know if
said
you're pulling my
JK.
leg. I don't know who you are,
Lol.
but I appreciate it.
Lol.
It was very, very nice of them. Whoever you are that anonymously,
It was
anonymously hit
it was
me on Facebook
dumpling.
and
It
said-
made you
was
feel good,
dumpling.
huh?
made me
dude.
feel great. And I was like, you know what? I got to turn this off. And I was like, this is pointless. This is stupid.
It was like one of your kids.
Exactly. I was like, I have no idea who
Thanks,
this
Dad.
is. I don't know why.
You're the best.
There's no way for me to know who said this.
Love you, Dad.
I don't know if they're pulling my chain. I don't know if they're trying to.
It was a dude.
I turned that shit off. Yeah. So I don't use it
It was
anymore.
it was the BK.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
BK chick.
BK chick.
Nah, that's the new girl.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Come on,
Yeah. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about
There
it?
ain't nothing to
Hey,
talk
I heard there's a
about.
thing. I heard there's a thing.
There's not a
It
thing.
might be a thing.
Can
It
we
might
talk
be a
about the thing?
There is no thing.
Can we discuss the thing?
What is the thing?
We
There is
got
no
anything?
thing.
Hold on, let's see. We got something left in the dark space, in the dark corner.
We'll put it in
It
the back.
ain't me.
Unless you want to talk about aliens, nah.
No, aliens.
Like what?
Like this Donald Trump Space Force and, the impending.
Is that a real thing?
I can't talk about
Space
Donald
Force?
Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
He wants to really, it's a real thing.
So is he saying there's aliens out there that could invade us, or what is it?
Well, according to MSNBC,
It's not like a space army, right?
more or less.
Pretty much.
Hey, that's kind of
like,
cool.
We don't even
Yes.
have.
Star
Marines
Trek.
in space.
That was awesome, dude.
I
Like
joined.
Mass
How,
Effect.
though?
Because a threat might be
I'll be
coming,
the
and we want to
commander.
be ready.
Because all we have is a spaceship that goes to the fucking moon, right?
How Space Force is going to advance all.
Yeah.
How advanced can we get?
That's what Space Force is here to find out.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like picturing like Star Trek and Star Troopers. You know what I'm talking about?
They're
Starship
monitoring
Troopers?
different
Yeah.
I love that
they're,
shit.
You
they're
know?
monitoring different
Yeah.
quadrants and going different places.
You know,
The bugs
This
are
is
on
the
the move.
beginning stages of.
I
that.
just can't. I don't see how that could happen though.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't even know.
depending on how crazy you want to get, the aliens have been watching us for a good ass long time.
Probably.
Hundreds of thousands of years, whatever. They basically made us. And so
I
there's
feel
the
like-
zoo theory. We're all living in a giant alien zoo and they're just watching us.
Which is weird.
I always
feel
think
there's-
about that.
I think.
Or you know what I think about? Look at me. I was like scared. This is probably not true, but I think if we are the aliens,
yeah,
I think of that a
kinda
lot.
Subscribe to
Like
that
if
too.
there's like another like life, like say they're intelligent or maybe not as defined as we are, and they like say that they know we exist, but they have no way of letting us know, and we have no way of letting.
But they were here first. You're talking about because alien is alien to what? Alien to this planet. Like aliens are essentially not aliens. They're just beings. We call them aliens because they're not from here. That's what alien means.
or
Maybe-
it means you're from Mexico.
Right.
Damn.
Damn, he went there.
So if you're saying
God damn.
Oh, hey, this is Trump's Space Force. So
Thank you. That's what I was going for.
it's going to be on the list next to the green man. If you see any of these people, green people, Mexican.
How did Jose get on there?
God dang.
I hate Trump. Anyway, you said aliens.
I did.
If there were other aliens here, and
No,
we're
not
the
here.
aliens,
Like, say there were another group of life. We'll say intelligent life.
that's not on this planet.
Yeah, or I mean, they even in the universe. But say they knew we existed somehow,
yeah.
but for some reason we didn't know they existed. I know it seems kind of backwards because it's like, how would they have the tech to know that we exist, but we don't have it to know they
Because
exist?
they're probably more advanced than us, I believe.
That's what I'm saying. I think if an alien was to like drop down right now, I think they would take over us.
Yeah, I think too.
Well,
and
I
that's
mean-
been that whole idea has been curated by movies. So
If an alien,
Most people
if an
think
alien
that
came
because of
down
that.
and he said, "Show me the finest thing that Earth has to offer," where would you take him?
Burger King.
No, not the
Waffle
coupons,
House.
man.
No. Burger King, and I would get them the Hershey pie.
Yo, that is a
Change
good.
your-
That is a
change
good
your
ass
fucking
question.
life.
What is the finest thing that we could offer?
Like what? No, like where could we take him? I mean, you can say food too, I guess.
We're gonna get him shitty blackout drunk and take him to Waffle House.
Oh, that's a good
It's a good
idea.
night. It's a good
Yeah, yeah.
Take him to a strip club.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
An alien. Oh, dude. Imagine going to a like
alien
no,
strip club?
Imagine you're a stripper and an alien comes in unannounced. That'd be fucking awesome.
Do you leave?
You'd be like,
or do
what
you
kind of
make the
tip
money?
am I gonna
Yeah,
fucking
right,
get?
right. They're gonna pay you. What do they pay in? Do they pay in slime? Why are all aliens slimy?
That's racist.
They are. They are. Well, every depiction of them, they've just has something slimy about them. Why?
I'm trying to think of an alien that's not slimy. Star Trek, freaking Klingons, Vulcans.
It's slime in between their little things
no,
in their
that's
head.
just like they're really angry, so they got the crunch forehead all the time.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't know. Aliens. I don't know where I would take them, but I think that Hershey pie could take
Area
them to
51.
Is that even a real thing?
Yeah, it's a real place.
Yeah.
But what is Area 51
That's where the homies is at.
Defense base, really.
for?
At the Air Force, they make experimental aircraft there
So why does it get the idea of like aliens and shit?
because experimental
Experimental
aircraft.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all
UFOs,
conspiracies,
bro.
man. One day we're gonna cover all of the conspiracies.
Well, what I'm trying to say, if
A lot of wild ones
if
out
an
there.
alien can bring their whole like war army and shit here,
We're fucked.
yeah, because we can't even do that.
No.
No.
Exactly.
We
So-
fire our measly guns. They got these crazy lasers and shit.
You ever had? You ever been like when we was young? We would do dumb shit like people we didn't like would like run over to their street, throw a rock, and run back to our street.
Dude,
If aliens did that, like they just came, threw some shit, and disappeared, like we'd just be fucked. We'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck? You can't even get over to their street. You can't get back to where they
exactly.
at." I can't.
But
that would be
how do
funny as
you
shit.
know?
How do you know if they did it?
No, that we don't have something that could get up there.
You're right, because Area 51 been working on it for a while. Which another thing is Trump really crazy? Maybe he knows something that
Or
we
maybe-
don't know,
So
which is
that's
why
why I
he
brought
wanted
it
to
up,
start
because there
Space
was an
Force.
article I can't
Well, do you
seem to
really
find
think he was the
anymore
first
that
one to even
was
think
alluding
of
to that.
Space Force? He wasn't the first one.
Nah, they've been
Probably
planning
not.
this.
Exactly.
FDR.
He's
Was
just
it
the first
FDR?
one to talk about it like a dummy. All the other presidents probably just kept it under wraps. He was like, "Oh, I'm bringing this out. It's gonna make me look good." God, I hate Trump. Anyway, moving on. I want to know about BK.
There ain't nothing
BK
about
girl
BK. You
ain't
want to talk
nothing
about my
We want to talk about
my
BK
life about
girl.
why I don't have a girlfriend?
We
and
would've-
shit. I don't know why I don't have a girlfriend.
But you're looking. Are you looking? Are you on the market?
I mean, it is what it is.
Let me ask you a question.
yeah, go for
Real
it.
question.
Go for it.
What's the like type of girl that would change your mind and be like, oh, I want to be in a relationship with her?
She's got to be
Oh
thick.
yeah. Oh yeah. That's it right now. They got to be thick.
I've
Tell us the rest.
No, it don't
Yeah,
gotta be
no,
thick.
no, that
part
I just
already.
like thick girls. I'm not trying to say she gotta be thick.
All right, look. This.
what is your definition of this thick?
What does it say in your dating profile?
My,
How many C's are in this thick?
how many C's? I
Oh,
say two
that's
or
a good
three.
way to measure thick.
Right.
What is one?
3 C's.
One is normal.
That's
That's
three-
like me, dude.
that's three
like
C's right
that's
there.
Like
No,
a-
no,
that's
you're,
like
you're
you're
like
like
a C minus.
yeah. No, I'm
So
an
what is a
F.
C?
I'm a failure.
A
So-
C is like Scarlett Johansson.
Rihanna, maybe?
I would give her
All right,
two. I would give her two.
yeah,
She's two C's?
She's 2 C's. Scarlett
Okay,
Johansson's
I just
one.
want one.
Rihanna's 2 C's.
I want one C.
You want a 1 C.
That's not thick then.
Scarlett
just like-
Johansson.
You always like she's thick.
Yeah, that's
I'm
like
like,
three
God
C's.
damn, dude, you want a freaking Jabba the Hutt?
Oh, you like
I,
to
I,
look
I
at
like
the thick ones.
I like looking at thick ones, but I don't want personally a thick.
He's a
gotcha,
lurker.
Gotcha.
Oh my God, you know what lurker is.
Of course I do.
What is a lurker?
All right.
Not get into it.
So besides thick,
Fortune?
thick,
Yeah.
what's next?
Okay, good.
4chan? That's a deeper, darker.
Wait,
Don't
see,
even
I'm
know.
lost right now.
4chan is like
I don't mess with
2007,
4chan. He told me
What
about
is
it.
4chan?
I looked at it once.
It's
I never looked at it
Forchanistan.
again. 4chanistan.
What is
So
that?
if you were to, so it's been on it's a website. So
Yeah.
think of Reddit
R.
like what
Slash.
Reddit is.
Oh, this is actual thing.
Yeah.
4chan.
So
Reddit's
the-
times Craigslist plus Backpage.
Get you 4chan. So like I think of it as countries like Reddit would be, I don't know, Germany, one of those European countries. 4chan's like Middle East, Syria, getting the shit bombed out of it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like not as bad as what 9gag or whatever that one was.
Oh, 9gag was shit.
Yeah, 9gag wasn't that
There's a
tough.
lot of weird ones.
9gag wasn't
4chan's the OG.
Isn't it a dot like org?
It is
That's
.org.
so funny to me.
4chan.org.
Org is
All right, so I guess that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. We will get back into Dumpling the dating life on the next episode of The Safe Space. You can check us out on 4chan.org, Spotify, YouTube.com.
Yo, what if you really did though? You're like, what?
Check us out on Instagram at 52s and smoke. Follow us on Instagram, like and subscribe, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend. Until the next time you join us in The Safe Space, I love you guys. Peace.